It has come to the Privacy Commissioner's attention the employer's posting of blind recruitment advertisement, what we call blind ads, on online recruitment platforms poses a risk to personal data privacy. Therefore, the Privacy Commissioner urges job seekers to stay vigilant about blind recruitment advertisements, and we would like to provide some tips and make recommendations to job seekers, employers, and also recruitment platforms concerning the protection of personal data privacy. For blind ads, what does it refer to? It is one that does not identify the recruiting organization nor contain sufficient information to identify it. It does not provide a means for further inquiries, or such means does not contain sufficient information to identify the organization. But at the same time, it directly invites job applicants to submit their personal data. The act of placing blind ads to collect personal data from job applicants may constitute a contravention of the relevant requirements under the Personal Data Privacy Ordinance. To provide a background, between September 2021 and August 2024, our office has received 57 inquiries and 11 complaints about recruitment advertisements. Among the inquiries made by employers and the complaints lodged by job seekers, some of them are related to blind ads. From June to September 2024, we have reviewed over 22,000 recruitment advertisements across the 13 online recruitment platforms, and 23 blind ads were found. In order to protect the personal data privacy of members of the public, the PCPD has proactively initiated investigations against 5 organizations that had placed blind ads. To help the public better understand what is meant by blind ads, we are here to provide some examples for illustration. As you can see, this is an advertisement for the post of retail manager or assistant retail manager for a new retail brand. In the name of a private advertiser, it just states the work location and also is full-time in nature. It also provides the responsibilities and qualifications. However, as you can see from the ads, it did not identify the organization nor contain relevant information that could identify the organization. It just states in the red box there, interested parties could click the Apply Now button. As you can see, no contact details were provided throughout in the advertisement. All the applicants could do was to apply by clicking the Quick Apply button and then submit the requisite personal data. Another example is this one. It recruits the post for admin and receptionist. Again, it's posted in the name of private advertiser, and it states the job nature being full-time, and it sets out the responsibilities. The advertisement itself did not identify the organization nor contain relevant information that could identify the organization. But of course, we can see that from the red box, a call number was provided, but it actually is just 8 zeros. This obviously is an invalid contact number. In fact, this one we cannot contact the relevant advertiser. And what the applicants could do was to apply by clicking the Quick Apply button and then submit the requisite personal data. Here comes the third example. This recruits the post of accountant, post in the name of the private advertiser. And the advertisement, again, did not identify the organization, nor contain relevant information that could identify the organization. We can see from the red box, an email address was provided. However, it was not with the company's domain name. It also does not have any information about the employer's identity. We have sent email to this email address, but it was not responded to. And there was a telephone number provided. We have also called the number. However, the line was cut by the receiving end. Hence, we are here to provide some tips to job seekers. As we all know that blind ads could be used as an unscrupulous means to collect personal data or misused by swindlers to collect personal data for fraudulent activities. Therefore, when job seekers are unable to ascertain the employer's identity, they should check and verify the information contained in the blind ad carefully and should not respond to the blind ads arbitrarily and submit their personal data. I would also like to introduce the relevant requirements under the PDPO. With regard to the collection of personal data, the Data Protection Principle 1 of Schedule 1 to the PDPO stipulates that the means of collection of personal data must be lawful and fair. Organizations must take all practicable steps to notify the data subjects on or before the collection of the data, the purpose of data collection, the classes of persons to whom the data may be transferred, whether it is obligatory or voluntary for the data subjects to supply the data, and the consequences for the data subjects if the data subjects fail to supply the data. The office would also like to provide some recommendations and tips to employers. In order to protect the personal data of job seekers and project positive corporate image, the PCPD appeals to employers to increase transparency in placing recruitment advertisements and disclose the identities of the organizations. To refrain from placing blind ads to collect job applicants' personal data, and employers should consider engaging a recruitment agency who is identified in the advertisement to collect personal data from job applicants. We would also like to provide recommendations and tips to recruitment platforms. As blind ads may constitute a contravention of the PDPO and may be misused by swindlers to collect personal data for fraudulent activities, recruitment platforms are recommended to beware of anyone using blind ads to perpetuate frauds or collect personal data by unfair means. Also, they should carefully review recruitment advertisements to identify blind ads and avoid publishing the same in order to protect the personal data privacy of members of the public.